want to say, from the standpoint of last week's game, thanks to our defensive players, I thought they came out and played with a lot of grit, fight, determination, and really played hard. Didn't play well enough to win the game, obviously, but a lot of good things happened in that ball game from a defensive perspective. And one of the things that that we've struggled with throughout the course of the year is defending the run consistently. And this is the first time I can remember we played a game that went beyond 80 snaps and did not give up one explosive run. I think the longest run from scrimmage was 9 yards, if my memory serves me correctly. So something to build off of there. Really proud of our guys for that. Again, we didn't win the game, but there were some good things to pull from it. So with that, we'll open up for questions, talk about Michigan State.
The offense is very young. The defense is pretty veteran. After this game, a lot of guys are leaving. How confident are you that the younger players, maybe some of them aren't playing a lot, have developed to the point where you'll be able to build right in with them next year?
Very confident. Without getting into specific positions, names, or whatever, I think there's a good core of guys who have gotten a lot of snaps this year that will be coming back to play, that we feel like can step in and compete and play at a role that's as good or better than the ones of the guys who are going to be departing. And that's no disrespect to those guys who are going to be graduating, but as you try to develop them and give them reps and opportunities, game situations, which a lot of them have had, I think that'll bode well for them getting off to a fast start next year.
One of the guys who is going to be leaving, Isaiah Wharton, is going to have started every game in his career. I mean, you've been around a long time. How rare is that to have a guy who's able to play as a freshman and then stay healthy the entire way?
Very rare, obviously very rare. Again, we talked a little bit about this last week going into the senior final home game for the seniors, talking about him and I guess it was maybe Trevor, but credit to those guys just for the training that they put in and preparing their bodies for all the things that you have to go through to be able to accomplish something like that. And also, I think I made reference to this last week as well. Also, a great deal of that credit goes to Kenny Parker and the strength staff and all they do for those guys to help them endure a ride like that one, because it's a long one and it's got lots of challenges. So credit to everybody involved in that, but it is difficult to do.
You've known Chris for a long time. You obviously know the work that he puts into this. Is it frustrating? Is it tough to watch the team be 1-11 and have him answer questions about his future? Is it from a standpoint of you knowing how much Chris puts into this? Is it tough for him to have to deal with stuff like that?
Well, I think it's tough for anybody in the situation we're going to have to deal with that and answer those questions. I don't know anybody who puts in more hours, works harder at it, or has more passion for what he's doing than what he does. So when you don't get to experience that success, it's difficult for everybody in the program, players and coaches alike. I think we all understand that those questions come in these situations, and that's the nature of the business. So he's handling it as well as you can, and hopefully we can win a game and move on and get ready to go on to the next chapter here.
Did this season catch you by surprise, the way it's kind of all unfolded?
Well, I mean, you have visions of what you hope will happen, what you think will happen, but there's lots of things that happen outside of your control too that can change the circumstances, and you just have to move on and do the best you can in the situation that you are, and that's what we've tried to do. Certainly would have hoped that we would have won more games than we have at this point, but all you can do when you get done with 1 week is go on to the next one and try to learn from mistakes and focus on improving and focus on also the things that you did well that you can accentuate and go to the next week.
Anything else, guys? Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you, Jeff.
Okay. Thank you, guys.
Appreciate it.